That's all the troubleshooting I'm going to do. I'm not even going to listen to myself. I'm just going to flip a coin and assume that everything works and everything's going well. Come a little closer to the mic. This is going to be a very, very, very short stream, by the way. I'm just going to talk about Toy Story 5, really, and anything else related, and any upcoming... This is slop, right? Can you guys see this? This is slop. I'm not even gonna click on the video. What the fuck? Anyways, let's go back to what we were doing. Okay, Toy Story 5. So, my review on Toy Story 5 is not gonna be like some crazy critic review, 3C. You know, I keep saying 3C. 3C is just my reference. When I say 3C, I'm not actually talking about 3C films. I'm just talking about overall any like film critique person, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just absolutely bedazzled by the transformations and animation. But you know what? While I talk about Toy Story 5, I'm going to play this video just so it's somewhat entertaining and somewhat stimulating, because I don't know what kind of attention spans people have on YouTube. I'm not going to put some Subway Surfers bullshit or Roblox, brain rot, Geometry Dash, so I'm going to play this Toy Story character evolution while I talk about the movie. Don't have, a crazy essay to say. So, I'm going to mute this. So, I watched Toy Story 5 today in theaters, and I will say that it was very reassuring to know that you really don't need to watch all of the other movies to really catch on, if you know what I mean. They don't really reference much from the past in this movie. And it surprised me, because when you're watching a TV show, the only reason why I watched this movie is so I could actually finish the plot. I'm thinking I'm going to miss out if I don't see this, because I never watch Disney movies now, or any new sequels now. I don't really watch that many Marvel movies now, or any movies that are part of some franchise and big company now, because it's just like I lost my passion for it. Of course, I'll watch like something a little more independent and original, but anything that's not original, I'll skip out on it. But this time I'm like, I gotta finish Toy Story. I just want to pause right now. I'm not gonna pause. Actually, I'm gonna pause real quick. I gotta go back. They nerfed so many characters in Toy Story 5. It's ridiculous. It's insane. They nerfed every character. They nerfed Woody so hard in this movie. It astonishes me that they would nerf Woody. I feel like Buzz Lightyear. No, I know that Buzz Lightyear, and for sure Jesse was MVP. Jesse was the main character. But even Buzz mogged Woody in this movie. Absolutely. Like, Woody is literally a washed whale in this movie. It's really sad to look at. Mr. Potato Head absolutely just got dumped on too. Like, he might have had like 3 lines. Rex, I forgot that Rex was in this movie. Yeah, even Rex got nerfed. Mr. Potato got nerfed. All of these characters got nerfed. It's insane. Like, you forget some of the characters, and the thing is, everything that happened before, it's like it never happened. Like, they scratched all. It's like they retconned. That's a new word that I'm gonna start using. They retcon stuff. Like, they act like Bo Peep didn't have this giant plot line 7 years ago in Toy Story 4. She was nothing. She wasn't even a side character. She was an extra in this film. She was an extra in this film. But in Toy Story 4, she was everything. Like, this actually, now that I think about it and I, reassess in my mind, the entire point of Toy Story 4 was absolutely destroyed. Because Woody wanted to become, what? A street toy. A lost toy with Bo. So he leaves the gang, and we think, oh my god, Woody's not part of the gang anymore. He retired. Like, he's gone. It's over. But now, it just ruins it with the whole walkie-talkie. He comes back to Bonnie like he never, ever decided to be a lost toy. Like, all of that purpose is destroyed. I really, honestly, I'll be so honest. I'll be so real. I only watched this movie so I can know what happens to Woody. Because it left off at such a crazy turn. Woody becomes a lost toy. He is an orphan. He doesn't have a kid anymore. He's not an orphan. What am I saying? He is like independent now. He doesn't belong to anyone. He has no more owner. He's an emancipated toy. For what? For what reason? I don't know why. But then he returns back to Bonnie and is still communicating via walkie-talkie toy with Jesse. And then he pulls up at the house like it's nothing. How far? What was the distance between the carnival and Bonnie's house? Last we see Bo Peep and Woody, they're at the carnival. And they featured other characters, which I thought was cool. Like, they featured the bunny rabbit and the chicken. They featured the Canadian daredevil guy, the little cop, the skunk, Bo. It's insane to me that they absolutely retconned that plotline. They did. Also, I'm curious as to know what was the point of all of those Buzz Lightyears on the island, because I'm watching it, I'm thinking, I skipped Lightyear, I never watched Lightyear, so maybe they did some cliffhanger One Piece action going on in the island. That was interesting. I'm not even like trying to complain, by the way. I'm observing things that throw me off, and a lot of things threw me off. I liked Bonnie. I liked, what was her name? Blaze? Was that her name? Blaze? And I liked Smarty Pants. Slink got nerfed. Holy cow, Slink got so... Did he even have one line? Did Slinky Dog have one line? Bro, Slinky Dog got the end of the leash, bro. He really got the end of the leash. Same thing with those aliens. They were almost non-existent. We didn't see them until the final scene. And they said nothing, by the way. That's crazy. Bonnie, she's officially an OG. She's officially an OG because I know for a fact she took over Andy's spot and stole his thunder. But yeah, damn. So there was a time skip. There had to be a time skip. That's crazy. You know what's crazy about this? Okay, I did not know Toy Story 4 came out in 2019. I'm thinking it came out in... Hold on. Doesn't really matter, but... That's one of my 2019 film. Okay, I thought it came out in 2018. Bro, I'm really shocked. I'm in shock that they made a Toy Story 5. Oh my god, Forky literally got so popped. Forky got popped, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. The writers spanked him. They disciplined. They whipped him. They tied a noose around his neck. Oh my god. Like, the more I think about it, everybody got nerfed. Bonnie, I did not notice a change in Bonnie. I really didn't. Like, I look at these pictures and I'm like, yeah, they changed Bonnie a lot. Like, they gave her Dora hair now. Alien, he's like an OG character. Bro, the aliens, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. The aliens were the MVPs, as in most valuable player. I think that's what it means. These guys were the MVPs, the most valuable players of the Toy Story universe. I mean it. Toy Story universe MVPs right here. If these characters weren't featured, it's a wrap. Toy Story 3, they would be crisp. They would be ash. They would be particles by now. And look how they get treated. This is their reward. Spectators at a freaking wedding. Buzz was like actually a very, very large component. Very large component. I think Toy Story 3 is when the animation definitely got better. The first two Toy Stories came out in the 90s. Forky is just like not in these movies. Bro, they fucked up Forky and Bo. Bro, I can't believe they would do that. Jesse, you're not in Toy Story 1, but yo, it's a retcon. Yeah, I'm reviewing. Alright, I'll turn on the, how's that? Is this too loud? Damn, Jessie was not looking like this in Toy Story 4. And she looks the same in these two pictures. Anyways, what am I saying? I'm getting lost. Yo, so yeah, I mean, I'm trying to compare it to something. Okay, like, I don't think Toy Story has a plot. A running plot. Obviously, the movies have a plot. Yes, of course. But, like, I don't think Toy Story would be considered, like, a real movie franchise. Like, for example, Star Wars is a movie franchise because it follows. Or any TV show, like The Boys, it follows through. But, like, you see something like this, and it's absolutely just starting from scratch, like nothing happened years prior. Which is super interesting to me. Like, think about all of the thunder that's being robbed from these characters. Bo Peep's role was smacked down. Was Mrs. Potato in this movie? Was she in this movie? I don't care. I'm not trying to, like, crash out over a potato, but it's just, like, interesting. She got popped, too. She wasn't in Toy Story 1 either. Well, she was. She was a present. She was in the ending scene when Andy's opening Christmas presents and he opens up Mrs. Potato. This looks like claymation, bro. And, oh my god. And this is the same picture from Toy Story 1. Anyways, now I'm completely distracted. I cannot multitask. I cannot multitask. If you ask my question about what console you play on, I didn't.
Often celebrated as one of the greatest
Hold on. Let me pause. Okay. Are you reading to what was the movie even good? Bro, what console you play on? I don't play anything. I guess I could say I mean I have a Nintendo Switch. I don't play games anymore. I guess I mean if I ever play games, I'm playing games on my gaming computer. But I don't play games. If you consider a PC a console. But before that, I was just on my Switch. I never had an Xbox or PlayStation. I never plan on having that. I lost my joy for gaming during COVID. I'll be honest. But yeah, it's crazy. So was I a little cohesive about talking about Toy Story 5? I'm not going to do some crazy review like I do on my videos about Backrooms and Obsession, where I talk about the pacing and the lighting and the cinematography. No, I'm on summer vacation, okay? I got 2 more months until film school, or slave school, my bad. Slave school. And I got to talk about, write essays to my professors instead of actually doing hands-on work. We got to actually talk about scenes and analyze stuff. I'm not analyzing shit tonight. Earlier today, so before I watched the movie, and we're gonna pivot. We're gonna leave Toy Story 5. I think we're satisfied with the review, like I kind of talked about it. Hopefully this is the end. Well, actually, I don't want to say hopefully because everybody thinks this is the end, but they're gonna make a new Toy Story because everybody thought Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4 was the end. They made a Toy Story 5. They could make a Toy Story 6 in another 8 years, another 12 years. They'll make Toy Story 7, whatever. Also, did you guys notice boomerang storytelling just a little bit? If you guys don't know what boomerang storytelling is, boomerang storytelling is basically, well, I feel like I probably told you guys so many times. I don't want to make your ears bleed, but if you don't know what boomerang storytelling is, The Walking Dead does it. It's when they cycle through each character and explain the story through their perspective, and then they shift every so often. So in this film, for 10 minutes they were focusing on Jesse and the horse, and then for another 10 minutes they would fade away and transition onto Woody and Buzz's little rivalry, and then they'd fade away and they'd transition into the 100 clones of Buzz Lightyear, and then they'd transition back to Jesse. And it's kind of like a triangle in this situation. They're boomeranging, they're throwing the boomerang around, it's coming back. Then it's going to that person, going to that person. Walking Dead does it. It's not that good in season 4. Well, it's good, but I think I'm done talking about Toy Story 5. Now let's talk about the process going into watching this movie today, because, I'm just going to yap for another 20 minutes. I saw the most ghetto shit today in Hartford. So let me just actually get out of Toy Story, because let me type up ghetto dogs. Let's look at some ghetto dogs. Let's go on Google. I don't like Bing images. They're very limited. The selection's not impressive. Alright, ghetto dogs. I want to show you guys what ghetto dogs are. Not this shit. What? No. Don't taint my experience. Don't taint my Google search. Ghetto dogs. Now I can't show you any ghetto dogs because some goofballs decided to name their band Ghetto Dogs. Are they Russian? This looks really Russian. Anyways, so I saw the most ghetto shit today in Hartford. So I'm working with my dad, right? Because I work for him. He owns a small landscaping LLC company in Hartford, Connecticut. And I mean, you see crazy stuff every day in Hartford. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's just another Tuesday. It's just another Wednesday. You know. Let's go on maps since I can't show you some ghetto dogs. If I type up ghetto guard dogs, maybe that'll, because I don't know if you guys have ever lived in a city or lived in the hood or just lived in like, you know, a bad area where there are break-ins. And what people do to combat the break-ins is they will just get an animal. Like big ass dogs, like giant monster dogs. I wish I took a picture. Oh my god, I wish I took a picture. These two dogs, these two people, right? These two civilians, I should say. I'm trying to find like, I'm gonna look up the Sandlot so you can have an idea. And then I'll look up Cujo in another tab. Because like, imagine if, what's the name of the dog? The Beast or something? Hercules. His name is Hercules. Imagine if you were just like mowing a lawn, right? Keep in mind, this property, there is a wild stray dog that belongs to a homeless person. And he actually came up and bit one of the employees, but didn't break skin. When I tell you that these dogs were big, scary, and I'll say it again, these were ghetto fucking dogs. Like, you know what I mean if you know what I mean. Okay? If you've lived there, if you've lived in a bad area, or you grew up there, your family might have had a dog, a big dog. My dad had a freaking, not a golden retriever, but it's like, it looks like a golden retriever. Her name was Nina, and I hated her. She was freaking feral, bro. She was vile. She was vile, bro. I remember, like, she would bite. She would bite anybody if you came close. Even if you knew her forever, she will still bite you. Even if you're her father, her adoptive father, she would bite you. We had to chain her up. And this was like 15 plus years ago. My dad had a dog named Nina, and she was a monster. I could not stand her. She was like my living nightmare. She's the reason why I was scared of dogs all this time. She is the sole reason why I still have like a survival instinct against dogs. Because we had to chain her up. We had to literally chain her up to the house, to the walls of the bathroom. Outside the bathroom, there's like a heater. We had to chain her up to the freaking heater. And I remember one time my dad found like a stray cat, and he brought the stray cat into the kitchen. Just laid the stray cat down in the kitchen, and the dog sees it. And bro's like, Nina is a woman dog, female dog, but it's like she's like jumping, and you can see the freaking chain shaking, and the freaking heater's about to rip off the fucking wall. It was ridiculous, bro. So imagine these two dogs. I wonder if I can like split screen just so you can get an idea. Where am I? Imagine these two freaking dogs. Here, let me. Anyways, you get the point. I'm not gonna like stress out about this. But like if Cujo and the Sandlot dog were both, you know, being walked in a house and you saw that, you'd be like, bro, these guys are literally preparing for the purge. Because that's what it looked like. It looked like these owners were preparing for the freaking purge. They had Cujo in one hand and the freaking Sandlot in the other hand. Like, these dogs were bro, thick dogs. Thick neck. Like look at Mike Tyson's neck and equate that to a mammal, bro. Like, these dogs weren't like I can't get enough of these dogs. Like, I literally should have taken a picture. I had to stare at these dogs. Like, I'm weed whacking and I see the dogs and I'm just like, Like I'm starstruck. Like I really pray for whoever, any sorry clown, any sorry grimy thief, burglar who decides to encounter these dogs. They will die. Like, imagine for punishment, imagine the impractical jokers were like, yo, for this punishment, the loser of this challenge needs to dip their balls in a jar of peanut butter and then just lay down and do a split and do a freaking snow angel position like this, and then have those two dogs come over and just lick their nutsack. Because that would be absolute Mortal Kombat brutality. And on top of that, as these people are walking, their freaking dogs in the house, they get in their truck and they're about to leave, but they talk to my dad because, they're asking him for a flyer. Because when you landscape for long enough, people see you, and that's really how you get most of your clients. They'll see you and they'll just like call you. And so, she slows down for a little bit, like less than a minute, like 30 seconds. Just ask my dad a question, and then these two cars, they gotta go. They're behind her. And, she sees that the cars are behind him. And, so she's obviously prompted to pull over to the side. But then the freaking second car back, behind the car, there's this woman, bro. I'm talking like this bulldog, wicked witch woman. And she's yelling like she's ready to fight. She's like, don't you know we got I'll be honest. She's like, don't you know we got fucking jobs to go to? It's not my fault you don't know how to drive a fucking truck. And her windows are down, and she's just yelling out to the world like a ratchet freaking hobgoblin, bro. A ratchet baby Yoda hobgoblin. Don't you know we got fucking jobs to go to? It's not my fault you don't know how to drive your fucking truck. And I'm being quiet because there's people asleep in my house and I'm inside, I'm using my inside voice. But she was announcing like she was ready to just really scrap. Because that's how people are. And I made eye contact with her as she's driving by, and I'm like, shit. I don't want to enrage a little spark, an ember inside of her. I think there's people making commotion outside. That's all I had to say, though. Like, I thought that was kind of crazy that I experienced that, and this is all in the same place. I really thought that the driver of the truck in the front, who was talking to my dad, was gonna get out and start like pulling out like a freaking gun or something, because like hood fights happen all the time. People have not much to lose, and I'm not saying that to be condescending and be an asshole. Like, it's really the truth. Like, why do you think like those inner city kids who come to your school are always misbehaving? I live in Simsbury, and kids from Hartford would come to my high school, and they'd always get in trouble, always get in detention, always getting harassed by the principal, because, they're being inconspicuous and treacherous and causing mayhem at lunch, being loud, standing on tables, running down the hall, swearing, cussing, just doing all the bad things. But they don't care. Why would they care? At the end of the day, they still got to go back to Hartford. Why would they care? I don't know why anybody would care, not just like Hartford kids. Anybody in general should not really be caring about school, but we live in that slave system. Anyways, the reason why people are so crazy is because, they're already cooked. But yeah, I'm going to keep that rant short, that Hartford rant. I mean, I'm like probably top 3 Hartford haters. I lived there part-time for 14 years of my life. So like I am a no, I don't see, because that sounds like I have Hartford pride when I say I'm a, I'm a. No, I'm not even gonna say what I want to say because I don't even have any. I was gonna say I'm a Hartford kid, but I'm really not. You can't be a Hartford kid, because that sounds like you have pride. I am not proud of that city. That city's disgusting. That city will never change unless some Darth Vader Hitler dictator really steps it up, I'm tired of seeing murals all over the place, paintings on the walls, but nothing getting done. There's litter everywhere. But that's my rant. Again, short stream. I'm going to end today, but before I go, I will be filming my Negan video tomorrow because I'm pushing that off. I should have been doing that. I gotta really just pop out a bunch of these videos before I go on my Moroccan hiatus for 3 weeks. When really it's 7 weeks, because I'm going to be back for 3 days, and then I'm going on another trip to the West Coast. So I'm going to be gone for the rest of the summer, starting July 11th. So I'm trying to get, all of these video ideas out. I got a Lalo meets Pennywise, or not necessarily meets Pennywise, but I'm going to make a Lalo reenactment when he's in the sewer. I'm going to make a Negan video tomorrow talking about, what. You'll find out. I'm not going to release the video tomorrow. I'm just filming tomorrow. But I will release it a few days after. Or maybe if I work fast, I can release it the day after, I'm on the fence with Charlie Cake. Like, I'm trying to prioritize. I might do Charlie Cake if I have time. I want to do a Low Tier God versus Gypsy Crusader debate. Remember Brenner and Henry? We did the King Von versus Charlie Kirk. I want to do another debate. And then I want to do Fent Cream if I have time for that. But yeah. And then I'm going to just stream every day until then. And then accumulate clips. You guys just know my scheme, But guys, you guys have a great night. It was a very short stream. I'm going to film Negan tomorrow and then probably stream after. And I'll figure out what to do on the spot, Adios.